Alright, what's going on? I hope you can see me. We'll start this live stream. It's actually a test stream because I'm going to do play some songs for you live, but I'm not doing that today. First, I want to tell you about my pedal board and setup. I built me a new setup here, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about this and let you hear some of the sounds. I'm not going to go into guitars or amps or anything like that. Just going to talk about some amps and what I got going on the floorboard. Got the clean sound for you. First of all, I'm going to let you hear some of this stuff, and then I'm going to take the camera and show you what I got down here and a little bit about the pedal board. But first of all, I got a Princeton Chorus amp. I keep my foot pedal over here to turn on the chorus. Because it just makes it a little bit fatter. Sometimes I use the chorus in conjunction with the distortion pedal, but the chorus is just straight out the amp. It's nothing special. I used to mess around with chorus pedals sometimes in the past, but not too much anymore. Just keep it simple. But I got some delay on here. I have a DD20 from Boss. So things. It's a little slight back, but when I hit the chords, kind of fills it out there. I keep it on my favorite. A little bit of echoes going on there. Turn those two off. My favorite that I get accused for this a lot is pretty much a gain head. So I like a lot of overdrive. So I have a SD2 pedal from Boss. Boss makes an SD1. I love the SD2 because it got a couple of different channels. Fatten that up, you add the chorus. Put that delay. my favorite settings. Go to it a lot. Got some little tricks down here. Got the whammy. But you can't underestimate Phase 90. May have been Halen. Kick that sucker in. Wavelength kicks in there. It's not quite a flange, but you can turn the settings up and down on it here without the distortion. Let's turn it up. There's a little bit of Hendrix down there. First in line, I got the Morley, got the wah pedal over here. Kind of got a few there, but one thing I like about the whammy. Crazy with that thing, but put this down and show you guys. Show you some of the pedals. All right, so let's take a look. We go around here. Start with the first thing in line. I got the Morley, got the wah pedal. Interesting story about the wah pedal here. I ordered this thing off of eBay. It wasn't working at all. Ordered it a few years ago, but Morley, they have a lifetime warranty on pedals. and it was dead on arrival. Of course, I knew when I ordered it, it was dead. Sent it off to them. They fixed it for free, and basically a little $20 wah pedal from Morley. They got a couple. Started with my Dunlop Crybaby. I use that occasionally, and I still have that little alligator for the volume pedal. So when I do live shows, I'll use this. Shut off the volume. Gotta have that just in case the sound dude's not doing his job. Second in line, sometimes I have this in and sometimes I don't. It's the what you heard earlier, the Phase 90 Eddie Van Halen. So it's got the little rotator knob. You can adjust the settings, pretty handy on the fly. And got the whammy, the original Digitech whammy, the WH1. And this one was another one of my pedals that was a steal also. Because when I found it in the music store, it was used and it was kind of wore out. So I refurbished it. You can see the screws that I put in on the side. So it tracked a whole lot better than it did when I bought it. It's kind of wonky when I bought it. But I only paid, I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it, but I didn't give a whole lot for it. And these things are a mint. If you check eBay, you can see these things going from $300 to sometimes $700. I don't know who's paying that much for them, but I mean, I'd say it's worth it. But it's always been a good pedal to me. Plus, it's got all these crazy settings over here. You raise it a third, lower it a third, up a seventh, octaves, up 2 octaves, shallow, deep. There's a lot of things you can do with the pedal, so I keep it on my pedal board almost all the time. As long as it's in good shape, I'm using it in a show. And move on to my SD2, my dual overdrive. Bought this one used. I only really used one setting on it, but it helps out if I'm ever in a band setting. I can back off the distortion and pick the different channel, or I can just have it clean to super dirty. And as you can tell, my drive right here is always maxed out. Like I said, I'm a gain head. I gotta have all the drive that I can get out of the pedal. Sometimes I'll throw this little dude in there, and you know anything about Boss or DS1, you know why I got this pedal, so don't need to explain a whole lot. I had went through a phase where I like to play heavy. I got this SM7. I think I traded a guitar for this and like 3 other Ibanez pedals, but I've only used this a few times. This pedal actually sounds a whole lot better with the 7-string guitar through it than any of my other guitars, so it's rarely in the pedal chain. And while I'm up here, show you the Super Shifter. Super Shifter is one that's mainly I'll use in recording something. It's a touchy pedal. If you kick the knobs or anything, I've got to do some research on the settings and exactly how you want it. If you're playing a show and you kick a knob, you're not using this sucker again. So in the dark, you're not finding your way around. So it's mainly for recording or special occasions where I need to have a little bit of harmony. But when you have this, sometimes you don't even need the Super Shifter, because this one's a whole lot more complicated to work than the whammy. Last in the line, we got the, stop shaking here, got the DD20 last in line, and this is a monstrous pedal. But the Giga delay has always done me well. I played every show with this pedal. It's held up. You know, it's been dirty, been wet. I keep it rather clean. It stays dusty here in the music room, but you can have up to some different settings on here. You can switch through just about 5 different settings. I only really use a couple. It's got a tap on there. You can tap the tempo in. I've only used that a couple of times that I know of. But maybe a couple of live shows or when I was jamming with people, I would use that. But that's pretty much my pedal board right there. I've got a few other pedals, but if I'm playing a show or if I need some a go-to, this is my go-to. Usually it's the Morley Wah, the Digitech. I'll throw in the Phase 90 on occasion. gotta have the Super Drive and the DD20. And this is my other little stomp box that goes to the Princeton chorus. I'll keep that around so I can kick the chorus on. I don't like just stringing a whole bunch of pedals together. I don't normally have a chorus pedal, but I have in the past, but don't like to throw it into that mix. So it's pretty much the pedal board right there. So we got the camera over here. So hope you enjoyed the little thing about the pedal boards there. But this is a test stream. I'm gonna do some songs for you guys coming up sometime. But I hope you enjoyed watching the pedals. So when you see the video, you know what I'm playing with. But out of here. Figure out how to turn this thing off.